Obviously we wanted to stop in, seeing a lot of right rear issues tonight, not dissimilar to what we saw early in the year at Atlanta. We're gaining as much information as we can from the teams, trying to understand where they are with regard to their settings, air pressures, cambers, suspension, so on and so forth. For sure, I can say without a doubt, air pressure is playing into it. We know where a lot of the guys are, some more aggressive than others. We know that plays a part. I'm not saying that's the only thing, but it's certainly a factor, and so we're just trying to understand everything else that might be going on, with regard to specific teams. We know that a lot of guys have not had issues. We've had guys put, full fuel runs on tires, but obviously other guys have had issues, and so we'll be working with them to try to sort through exactly what that is and how they're different than other guys.
Greg, you're seeing essentially about every 35 laps or so, it seems to be seeing an issue come up for somebody. So
yeah, and we ran the first 40 laps of the race, without a problem, and until we had a caution, and that was not tire related. So it's I'm not going to say that. I think it's kind of in that ballpark, But again, I think it's dependent. I think we've got a different race right now than we had when we start, right? With conditions and the red flag, we're running considerably faster than what we were before. So all those factors come into play. The resin, I think, has kept the racetrack extremely fast. There's very little tire fall off. When the bottom's not working, the gas can move up. So all those factors, I think, play into it. No excuses. We're just trying to find the facts and figure out what exactly is going on.
Chase Elliott said earlier after his incident, he felt like you guys have been put in a box. You guys feel like you've been put in a box here? You wouldn't put the...
I think you could say that any week, right? That's the reason that we do all the data gathering and provide that to teams, and so that no one's in a box, right? We want to give them as much tire data as possible to make those decisions, and we understand, we're in the playoffs and people are getting aggressive and they're trying to win races, and we understand that, and that's why we do everything we do week in and week out to try to make sure they've got data to make those good decisions. So.
We've only had 3 races without tire issues. Are you also going to look back at other races to see if there may be a trend with some of these tire issues?
Well, I think it's the same every week, right? I mean, people get aggressive. I think if you look at races these days, the people don't ride very much anymore, right? I mean, when the green flag falls, everybody's up on the wheel and they race hard. And I think it's extremely competitive. I think, look at how many winners we've had this year. Everybody's trying to win, so everybody gets aggressive. So. The tire is a new element. That's why we provide the data, so we can make sure that we're educated, and so are they on setups.
Greg, do you think there has to be some off-season testing at some of these tracks, like different varieties of tracks, to try to figure out the compound?
Oh yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that anyway, right? I mean, we do that all the time to try to keep the ball moving and make changes as we need to. This particular package was new at Kansas. Specifically for racetracks like this. So, it's a significant gain, into longevity. And guys continue to push the envelope, but we'll continue to work on it, no doubt.
This is being used where else? It was Kansas here, and what was the other? At Vegas?
Las Vegas, yeah.
So,
yeah. And the same construction, which we just tested at Homestead, will be down at Homestead.
So, I guess somebody might say, well, if there's problems here, how are there not going to be problems potentially at Vegas, or how do you look at this tire with that Vegas?
It's just on us to get with the teams, to get with NASCAR and make sure they understand what we saw, what they saw, and make adjustments accordingly. And again, make sure the setup's right.
Jared Haas with Frontstretch.com. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check one of those 2 videos out that we have right beside you. Visit Frontstretch.com for more great content.